Hi to all the lovely people once again. You all are most welcome to Tutorials Point. Well, if I were to ask you a question, what is it that gave you stress last time? Well, I'm sure most of us will answer the same thing, and that is our careers. Yes, that is right. Well, career choosing or deciding what to do, or so to say, career is one such field in our lives which is actually which rather I'd say which leaves us confused, sometimes hopeless, sometimes discombobulated, sometime or the other in our lives, that is for sure, isn't it? No matter what age group, no matter what place, nationality, just transcends everything, and definitely it kind of causes some amount of stress in our lives. Well, not anymore, because in this video, I'm going to share with you the tips to choose the right career option for yourself. Yes, that's right. So let's get going and let's see what are the tips which can actually help you a lot to choose the right career option. Well, to know them all, keep watching the video till the end. Let's go ahead. Now, let's first see I would say, in order to choose the right career option, you first need to know what is it, or what are the various factors that actually, influence the selection that we make as far as our career is concerned. Well, obviously, needless to say, first and foremost is your parents' dreams. Obviously, don't you think since the time we all are born, our parents definitely start to kind of see their dreams through our eyes, and or rather we start to dream whatever our parents feed us with. Yes, of course. So parents' dream is one thing. Second thing is social value of the job. So the social stigma is one thing which also is a very big deciding factor for all of us. So we all want to be rich, we all want to be famous, we all want to get a job which would give us a huge social value, of course. So that again is something which is a very big deciding factor for our careers. Well, needless to say, of course, peer pressure is also something which definitely influences you a lot, especially at the time of your school age, because that is a time when our mindset is very kind of fragile and very easy to be manipulated. And definitely peer pressure it definitely creates a lot of impact in our mind, and which results in the decisions that we take as far as our careers are concerned. Well, not just that, your income and last but not the least, the interest, which is we all are inclined, or we all have certain interests in our life, right? So they also play a very important part, or they also are actually, our interests also help us to decide as to what is the right career path for ourselves. But well, ironically, though these are the different factors which influence our decision as far as career making is concerned, but most of the times the decisions that we take are kind of not a balance of all of these factors. They rather are more inclined to probably one or two of these factors, which basically leads us to choosing a career which might just cause you to get confused in your future life. And precisely why in this video I'm gonna share with you certain important tips which will give you a huge clarity as to how to proceed further as far as deciding your careers is concerned. So, well, here is the first tip for you all, and that is, the first thing that you need to do is create a list. Well, yes, creating a list is something that will actually help you to brainstorm, right? Or rather to say, it will actually force you to brainstorm into thinking, or also it would kind of make you slightly more focused and give you a slightly more clarity as far as your career choices are concerned. And you won't be haphazard, you won't just be a part of the herd, right? So if 9 out of 10 people are doing the same thing, you also won't just go with the flow. Rather, once you brainstorm yourself, once you just sit and create a list, it definitely is going to help you a lot to get better organized as far as deciding the right career for yourself is concerned. So start off by creating a list, And thereafter, going forward, the next thing that you need to do is to analyze each one of the the options in the list, right? So analyze each option in the list, sit and think and introspect, or rather I would say study about it, get some knowledge about it, right? Do some homework, get some raw material about the career option that you've just written there in the list. It should not be just lame or kind of sprung out of nowhere and you don't know why you wrote it there. So now, to get a better focused approach, you need to just sit there and analyze each of the career options which you mentioned in the list, right? So this will give you a better kind of it'll actually help you to filter through and scrutinize the entire list, right? So and of course it will also help you to analyze and become focused on what actually should be your career option, rather than just being lost in that entire ocean or just following the herd, right? So now, once you go on analyzing, the third thing that you're going to do is to shortlist, right? So once you analyze, now what is happening is you're just kind of drilling things down, you're making them much more focused, you're getting a better clear picture of what is it that you actually would love to do as far as your career is concerned, right? So once you've analyzed all the career options, just go ahead and shortlist, right? This automatically, once you analyze, automatically you will come to that step wherein you'll start to shortlist, because once you start to analyze, you will realize that, oh my god, this is something which just doesn't match my choices, and I don't think I should be having this on my list. So in this way, slowly and steadily, you'll start to chisel out the entire list, and you will start to kind of step up that apex, right? You will start to get a better clear picture, and you will have a focus, a much more rather focused approach, right? So as soon as you are able to shortlist, right, as soon as you've now come to a stage where you've scrutinized a few career options and you've shortlisted, now you have a kind of a second filtered list ready with you, right? So now, next thing that you're gonna do after this is to take a field trip, right? Now, what is field trip? Most of the times what happens is a particular career option which we've chosen for ourselves, or kind of we've decided to forge ahead in that direction. Sometimes the reality is much more different than what we've imagined in our heads, right? So definitely it is a good idea to take a field trip. For example, if you decide to be a doctor, there is no harm in just going and visiting a hospital, right? You'll get to see many doctors there. Or it would be even better if you're able to interact with a few of them, right? Or let's say you just want to get into the defense forces, so there is no harm in just going and visiting an army camp, or any other thing. Let us say you want to become an entrepreneur, right? So you just can go forward and maybe just check out the way their job works, or what is it that would basically, or actually doing that will give you a better comparison of what you were thinking and what the reality is, right? So that, if both the things go hand in hand, well, then you're good to go. But during this entire time, I'm sure you will definitely get a better clear picture, because whatever you were thinking, it might also happen that what you were actually thinking, an image which you had about a certain career in your mind, was basically not the reality, right? So this again is gonna filter a few more of the options which you have on your list, right? So going forward like this is again gonna get you kind of a third filter list, right? So of course, after the field trip, as you filtered the options again, you will now get a refined list. So what you're going to do next is shortlist it again, right? It is invariably going to happen, isn't it? Once you see the reality, you will definitely, there would be some options out of that entire list which you will actually come to know that they weren't matching what you imagined them to be. So automatically you will end up chucking them off your list, right? So now the next step is you're gonna shortlist it again. So once you shortlist it again, now you have maybe if you just started off with, let us say, a 15 career option, you might just have 5 left on your list, isn't it? Because you're filtering at every stage, right? So this entire process is basically planning part of your career, which is very, very important, because no matter what you do in life, 80% of your time should go into planning and just 20% of it into the real execution of it, right? So that is the importance of planning. Only then would you basically be successful at doing whatever you are. So all of this is going to help you plan a better career option for yourself. Well, that is going to bring you to the last step, which would be left for you to decide what is the best career option for yourself, and that is job shadowing. Well, what is job shadowing? Let us assume you now have 5 options on your list, right? Out of which you got to decide as to what is it that is going to best suit your interests, right? So if you or in any way, if you're able to find out a person or any person who is in the same field as you want to be in, if you just go there and spend some time with that person in that real time, kind of that field job thing, it is then that you will definitely be, you will get a very, very clear-cut idea. You will definitely get to know as to, is this really what you want to do, right? So if it is, you might even have friends or relatives who are in that same field, right? So just going there, talking to them, spending time with them, or if you can, just seeing how that entire operation goes on will definitely help you a lot to again decide and to have a better focused options, right? So if you are not able to do that, well, you have n number of videos which are available on the internet. Just go ahead, search. You will have enough kind of material which can definitely give you a better, clear idea about whatever you were deciding to go into, right? So this entire process will definitely help you a lot to basically just filter all the things and get you to your ultimate goal. Well, I'm sure this is gonna help you a lot, and just try doing it, and then you might want to share your experience. So friends, this was all about the tips which I wanted to share with you all as far as your career choosing is concerned. We will see you again in the next video with yet another very, very interesting topic as far as career choosing is concerned. Till that time, have a good day. Keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix.